Well, hello. Jump right on in. You're at Father Fish.
My question is, are these? I haven't added anything yet. I haven't added any fish or anything yet, and I'm starting to question if this is enough plants. I know this stuff is not going to do much to hair grass until later because it's very slow.
Well, no,
But
it'll jump up. You'll be surprised. It should do all right. If it can get down to the dirt, which it won't have any trouble doing, I think it might be surprised. I would put some fish in it right away.
you would,
Yeah, because
yeah.
that's going to provide the raw nutrients that the plants need in order to be able to breathe. They need CO2, and they'll get that from the fish. Plus, the urine creates nitrates, ammonia too, for that matter, that the plants absorb. So, yeah, it's real important to have fish with plants because the plants depend on the fish for their very survival.
Right.
It's mostly local people. Now, this year, there were more people from a wider area. Kenny, who comes up here frequently, is in California, and he came. He flew in for the show, so that was kind of nice. And the Tennessee Mafia was there in all their glory. Let's see, a lot of local people, of course. It's a couple of clubs that do this, and they've been doing it now for a number of years. So it's grown into something pretty substantial. It's really a big show for a club show, but it still has that club feel about it. Most of the displays were hobbyists, people who are raising fish and selling to shops. So a lot of those kinds of breeders. Well, you start at the bottom. You start by getting your substrate set up, and the 20 is not going to have enough to do that. So you're going to need to get more. Put the dirt in, put the sand on it, fill it with water, and then start moving whatever you want in the 20 over to the 100, but don't break down the 20. If it's got a decent substrate, leave it set up, leave water in it, and you can use it as a backup tank, a hospital tank, a tank for new fish when you get them. That's real important. So, any number of uses for a smaller tank, particularly if you got a big tank. So, my suggestion really is to just treat your 100 like a new tank, and don't try to pull things out of the 20 because it's not going to be adequate, and there's no reason to destroy the 20. You can always have two tanks. It won't hurt anyone's feelings if you have two tanks. Planaria. Well, put a molly in there. Put some molly or platy or gourami. They'll eat the planaria. They'll just gobble them all up. It's a great food for medium-sized fish. Even larger fish will eat them. But that's what I would do. I'd put a bunch of larger fish in there. Something bigger than a tetra. Tetra's a little small to be able to handle them. But angels are great. Mollies are great. Platy, swords, even guppies. Some of the plants that are a little harder to keep, like Anubias and the cryptocorynes and some of the carpeting plants. We do all of those.
He said he replied with this.
The ones that require highlight perts and CO2. Yeah, the only ones that require those are the ones that get them. The ones that don't get them don't require them. None of them, no plant requires highlight perts and CO2 pressurized. All of those plants can be grown in a natural tank. They may not grow as fast, but they will grow stronger. They'll be hardier, they'll be more long lasting, and they'll be healthier. Yes, you certainly can. You probably won't be able to separate the sand very well. You can kind of scoop off the top layer of sand if you want, but then the sand and soil tend to mix. So after it's been, you got 2 inches of sand and 1 inch of dirt. Within a few months, that 1 inch of dirt is about 1 inch up into the sand, which is why you need 2 inches of sand. And from there, it just kind of keeps creeping and crawling until eventually it's sort of all of a piece with the sand on top. There's a scientific principle that explains that I don't know what it is, and I don't understand it. But Mother Nature does. So that's all I need to know, is that nature knows how to do it. I don't need to know how to do it. And I don't need to have a name for it. I just know it works. Well, first of all, there's no such thing as a plant for only tanks. If you don't have some kind of living organism other than plants, animal type organism, the plant will not survive because it requires the waste product from animal or animal fuel, if you will, microscopic animal life, in order to be able to have anything to consume. I'm going to say no, because damselfly larvae, as opposed to dragonfly larvae, damselfly larvae eat microscopically. They eat waste primarily. They eat algae. I don't think they eat snails, baby snails. I don't think they eat baby anything. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. We need to look that up. We need to research that.
Gather around, everybody, let me make it clear. A message for the ages that we all should hear. When it comes to wisdom, when it comes to fun, there's only one God shining like the sun.
Shining like the sun.
There are 2 rules, simple and true. Rule number 1,
How to fish is best for you.
rule number 2, if you think it's not done, go back to rule number 1. There are 2 rules, simple and true.